Yo family, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we are going to be talking about Borderlands 4. Now this is a game that I'm incredibly excited for those of you who know me well, especially those of you in the Discord server will know how much of a big Borderlands franchise fan I am, and I've been so excited for the announcement or any more information on this game. Now obviously, that being said, from the thumbnail you'll see that I'm getting pretty annoyed with all the bitching and moaning that's going on already, bearing in mind that we've not even seen 6 minutes of footage for the game yet, most of this that we have seen being cinematics and a very small amount of sort of edited, blended gameplay within the latest trailer that we got from the Game Awards, and people are already saying that this game is doomed, the Vault Hunters look terrible, all this kind of stuff, and honestly I'm a little bit sick of it. So what you can expect from the video today is my thoughts and opinions on this, as well as a quick roundup of everything that we know so far for the game in a positive light as well, because I don't like to make just videos that are negative and moaning. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, then I suggest sticking around. If you enjoy or agree with anything that I've got to say, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as there will be tons of Borderlands 4 content on the channel going forwards. Right guys, so I'm not going to call anybody out, I'm not making any specifics towards anybody. If you find any similarities with the people that I'm describing, then it might be true, it might not be, I don't know, but there is a lot of it around, so it's probably quite possible that that will be the case. I'm not sure whether this is a new creator thing, trying to get themselves some clout, some notoriety for moaning and bashing on games, which seems to be the popular thing that goes on these days, or whether it's people that have been covering Borderlands as a franchise for so long, they're just stuck in their ways and just getting a little bit whiny about it. Of course, this isn't just creators, this extends to the air quotes fan base as well, but there's a lot of this going on, and it has been the case now for quite some years through the previous iterations and expansions of the game. Now don't get me wrong, I am not a shill either. There has definitely been issues with previous games. Tiny Tina's Wonderland, the endgame had good ideas but just wasn't there for me. Borderlands 3, I didn't particularly enjoy the story writing or the campaign, but the rest of the game was one of the best, if not the best, in the franchise in my opinion. And again, people had something to say about the Vault Hunters in Borderlands 3, but I specifically really enjoyed playing those ones. So maybe I'm just an outlier, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure there's some of you guys out there would agree with me. And as a bit of background, as this is the first time you'll really sort of hear me talking about my thoughts on the Borderlands franchise, seeing as you probably haven't been here before. I am somebody that absolutely loved the first two games. Borderlands 2 I probably put 4,000-5,000 hours into, maybe more, and I've put a ton of hours into all of the other games as well, but there's a lot of nostalgia around Borderlands 2 and people not letting go of the fact that actually in technical ways, in a lot of ways, Borderlands 3 was a better game. Now let me just say that, and you can let me know what you think about that comment down in the comments below. So yes, there has been issues with previous games, with previous parts of other games. The movie was absolutely terrible in my opinion. So what I'm trying to get across here is I am not a Gearbox fanboy. I also have 10,000 hours plus in the Destiny 2 franchise, so you can understand I don't come from a background of playing games where everything is perfect. Often there is a lot more to moan about than there is to be positive about. But if you're looking for somebody that's going to give you the real truth, their honest opinions about when things are good, and call out bullshit when that happens when it comes to Borderlands, then I will be your guy. What do we know about the game so far? Well, we know that it's now going to be taking place mostly on a planet called Kairos. This is the planet that you saw in the original teaser trailer. Lilith warped Elpis into it and crashed into what we thought at the time was either some kind of ice structure, but we know now it looks to be the barrier of this planet called Kairos. And in the new trailer from the Game Awards, we see that there is some kind of large-scale battle, or perhaps even the war that we've heard about from the games for quite some time now, going on between what looks to be some cybernetically enhanced psycho enemies against what seems to be some army that we don't really know. We can guess that they may be Iridians, we don't exactly know what they are. But we know that the big bad for the game is going to be somebody called the Timekeeper. This is the shadowy figure that we see up on the mountainside overlooking the battle that I've just talked about. On top of that, we also know that the game is practically for the first time going to be an open world area. Randy basically said that anything that you can see you'll be able to get to with no load zones, but then he did sort of backtrack on that a little bit and said calling something open world comes with headaches or baggage, so he didn't want to call it that. But honestly, if you can go through any areas on a map and there is no load zones, then that pretty much constitutes to being an open world map. So already that is a development, that is something for the first time that we've ever seen with Borderlands 4 that we've not seen in any previous iterations of the game. Being a Borderlands game, loot is obviously a big thing that is going to be on people's minds. How do we get said loot? What endgame content is there? And what rarities or versions of the loot do we have? We've gone through a lot of different changes across time with obviously how things have been done with pearlescent weapons, with different rarities, with different versions, with anointments, all this different kind of stuff. But we did see as part of that trailer that legendary beams did have a rainbow glow around the bottom of them. Now, we're not entirely sure what that means, but it is for sure new, and it is for sure meant to have been seen because all of the other rarities did not have this, so it's something specifically with legendaries. So once again, something fans weren't happy with. Whether we are going to be happy with it or not, we don't know because we don't know what it is, but there has been changes made to rarities or some kind of different variations of legendary weapons as it would appear. We also saw as part of the Game Awards trailer that to at least a degree there is going to be now grappling hooks in the game. We see the big bruiser style Vault Hunter grapple himself up onto a platform. So again, they are making ways and advancements in terms of traversal, which again is something that people have wanted to see. So again, another change that's been made for the positive. Some more sort of speculatory points that I have to make because they've not been confirmed, but we're seeing in the trailer, is that we do seem to have the sort of beam or energy cannon style weapons returning to the game as well. In another clip, we see a pod racer style vehicle constructed out of thin air with no catch a ride station seemingly in view, so this may mean it's similar to Destiny 2 that you can now just mount a vehicle from anywhere that you'd like, which again is a big improvement of quality of life in my opinion. And then finally, we talk about Vault Hunters, which is what most of the bitching that is going on is happening around. Now, we see absolutely nothing realistically, nothing is confirmed. We see very, very little POV action in terms of the Vault Hunters. All we get is that the very leftmost Vault Hunter that we see when we see the lineup of the four of them is he pulls down a visor and has some kind of energy swords, signifying that he may be some kind of melee character or somewhere down the route of a Zero style character. We can judge by the size of the bruiser or tank brick style class that he is going to be some kind of tanky style class. And we do have a siren as well, which obviously another confirmation that was made is that this is not a grown-up Ava, something that people have been bitching about ever since Borderlands 3 ended in all this time between Borderlands 4 coming, is that they would boycott the game if Ava was a big role in the game or was a playable character. Gearbox have confirmed this is not Ava, but yet people still continue to complain. The only Vault Hunter that we don't really see much of is the very far right character that we see in the lineup of them, and we saw absolutely nothing of what they were capable of doing. Now, this isn't by mistake. Obviously, Gearbox are holding back a reveal for the Vault Hunters of the skill trees, of the action skills, and they've just given us a little tease here of what they may be all about. So the fact that people are saying that the game is doomed from this is absolutely ridiculous. For people that are supposed to be fans of the game, that are waiting for positive changes, that, you know, want this incredible experience, which Borderlands 4 they are hoping is going to be, to see very, very little footage from anything. And in fact, all we've seen really in footage is positive quality of life improvements. It's just ridiculous to just see all of this game is dead, game is doomed kind of rubbish going on the internet. And it isn't a specific person or people. There's a lot of this from content creators new and old, from supposed fans of the game as well. And like I said, if we get the game, if the Vault Hunters are boring, if the Vault Hunters are terrible, if any aspects of the game are terrible, I'll be the first person to call that out as well. But you cannot start making these judgments and spreading this negativity about the game before we've even seen it in action. And again, I'm not an idiot. I understand that this is consumerism. We are paying for a product. We want it to be what we've paid our money for. We want it to be something that we want to play. But at the same stretch, we also have to consider that, you know, they're not going to get things right straight away. Even with an established franchise like Borderlands, you don't know what they have planned down the line. They know that things like takedowns were a big hit with people in Borderlands 3. They know that the focusing system with the bunnies in Wonderlands was a big hit, but then obviously they made mistakes in other terms of the endgame. They know that we feel like we wait too long for additional endgame to be added after the initial launch period's over. And they also know that people used to prefer it when they added in additional Vault Hunters as part of DLCs. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to do all of these things, they're going to nail all of these things and do them exactly as we want to, but you're not even giving them the opportunity to do this. Even when it comes down to the story and the writing, I don't know how emotionally insecure or stupid you have to be, but to say that, oh, they're making the game woke, Obviously, you've never played a Borderlands game from the beginning. Yes, there's probably less dark humour as time has gone on, but the world has modernised and moved on with that. But we've always had gay characters, we've always had trans characters, we've always had people of different races and sexualities and genders within the game. So to start saying that they've become woke now is pretty ignorant for one, but also stupid, because if you've played any level of Borderlands games, these things have been in the game for absolutely years and years now. So I know I'm kind of brain farting and just waffling out here, but obviously I just wanted to get some thoughts out there. It gives you guys as new viewers an opportunity to see how I feel about the Borderlands franchise. Hopefully it lets you see as well that I am very transparent when it comes to my opinions. If there's great stuff, I'll sing their praises. If there's bad stuff, I'll call out as well. So hopefully that is something that resonates with yourselves, and you may want to subscribe, because that is how my Borderlands content will be right from now up until release and beyond. We will be doing playthroughs, guides, challenges, news, updates, all that kind of stuff for the game. So if you like the way I am about the game, and obviously you want to see that, then make sure to hit that subscribe button. But the whole point of this video, as well as me getting out some thoughts and opinions, was I want to hear from you guys. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about what we've seen so far? What are you hoping for from the game? Let me know all of that down in the comments below. And if you do want to join the Discord, although it is quite small at the moment, we have over 100 members, and lots of them are Borderlands specific players who came through for Borderlands discussions. So if you want to be a part of that, the link will be down in the pinned comment below. Thank you if you've watched it all the way through. I know it isn't exactly a specific or fully informative topic, but hopefully you enjoyed listening to some of my thoughts and opinions on the franchise itself. As I said, from everything that I've seen so far, I'm very excited for what the game will have to offer. Obviously, judgment can be reserved for how fun or how interesting the Vault Hunters are going to be, but we do not have anywhere near enough information to start making those judgments yet. So anyway, guys, like I said, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for further Borderlands 4 content, and please don't forget to let me know your thoughts on the topics down below in the comments. That is one of the main reasons that I made this video today. But thank you as always, whatever you're doing today, wherever you are, have a good day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.